we go.
Hello everyone, this is John with Money on the Floor Currency Trader, and today we're going to be talking about John's Infinity Scalper. This scalper has definitely increased my profits every week and able to allow me to take out more money home and made my life a lot easier and better, and I can actually spend less time trading live. So I don't mind trading demo and practicing and playing if I've already made my profits, because I need to pay my bills. I need to make at least $300 to $500 a day. If I can get to six, that's extra, but still, if you can just make $300 a day, that's $1,500 a week, that's $6,000 a month, that's lots of money. So anyway, the thing is how to find the trades. Now, you bought the tool. Now, where's the best place? This is just like live trading. It is no different than how you should be trading a single trade. So what happens is you're going to come into the markets, you're going to open it up. Maybe let's find a spot here in the markets. Maybe you found London open, you're here in London, and you see you got a little sideways market. Well, we're not going to trade that. So, I mean, there is no indicator. There's nothing here to say to trade. So we're going to wait. We should do is actually put a box around it. Let's see, we can use one of these here. So this is where the market opens up, and we'll just put a box around it right there. Run this box out. We don't know how far out we're going to go, so the idea is to run it out. The idea is we're looking for a breakout. Now what happens is right here we have a signal. It does not mean to buy. We have structure. That does not mean to sell. It does not mean to sell. Nothing here is to sell, but it's setting us up. First you're going to get a bar right here. So that's going to be number one. Number one is we're going to get this bar right here. And then we're going to wait. And that's the part of trading that is very difficult for everybody. And then we're going to get this arrow. You have structure and then the arrow, and you're going to get one bar that comes down, and it always pulls back usually. I can't say always, but most of the time it does. So it comes down to there and stops. And then it pulls back in, and this time it pulls back, and you see this orange line. This is our half trend. It is on the inside of that line, and as soon as it starts to go away from that line, even if it's inside that box, you can sell. It's safe. Your stop goes just outside here, so you got a very small stop loss, and the market shot down right away. Now that's when as soon as you see that, you're going to come over here and turn your scalper on. So you're going to turn that button on, and it's going to start scalping. And then what happens, it's going to pull back up. It's going to pull you back out of that first trade. And then as soon as it does, it's going to probably take another one, go a little bit negative. But remember, it's going to put your stop somewhere in here because it's going to be about 300 points away. And then it's going to take off and go down. And it'll do 1, 2, 3, probably 4 trades down here. Now down at this point, you don't know where this is, but you got a green candle that popped up out of this point right here. That should be your end of the trade. The other thing is you got this green bar. It told you to get out too. And when everything is green, you better get out because you're gonna start losing money. So the idea is that it only will take trades selling. Now it won't take any more sell trades once that green bar happens. It will stop, and then it can't take any buy trades until it gets to all green. So you want to turn that off as soon as you see that you're probably even your last trade. There is a way to know where you're going, so we'll look at that too. So let's go ahead and do that too. Let me see. We already have it off. You would turn it off at probably about whenever your last trade was. You would go ahead and turn it off. When it got into profit, you would just take your profit and be done. So let me clean this up. Let me get rid of this, and we'll put a trend line, simple trend line. This is where we went to. Let's see if we can figure out where that was. Let's go zoom out. Okay, this was the trade down we were looking for. This one looks much harder to find, but it's all right. It's way back there. It was all the way back into here. There was really no boxes down here. There was just one wick down here, so it was possible to find, but maybe very difficult to find. Usually it's much easier. Usually we just look a little bit left and we got it. So this is the trade coming down to here. There's the only thing I can think of to tell you how far it was going to go was back in here. This is another way of doing it. So whatever your distance is from here to the 50, that when it went underneath, went a little bit above, that when it finally broke down and got a good trade down, which was, where was it? Right in here, this trade right here, it only went that far below the 50. So that was one other way to doing it. Other than that, the only thing else to do would be price action. So that is one thing. And then we go to zoom in. Let's go back to here and take a look at it. Where was the trade? Was this one right here coming down? So you had the bar, you had this, you had price action, color change. That's another big one. But sometimes you can get a color change in here. It doesn't mean you have to get out if everything is still red. So that is the main thing. The main thing is that you come in here and make money safely and turn it off when you should turn it off. Let me zoom in one more time. There we go. Or where we were, right. No, I lost where we were. And we don't need to be exactly where we were. It's not that big a deal. I think this was it right here. London, yeah, London right here. So now we talked about this one trade. I wanted to stay with it for a minute. So now we had taken this down, and then anytime you think that the market is done, you just turn it off, and then you let the thing play out. Either you take your loss at that time quickly, or you go ahead and take your profit quickly. But remember, we're going from bar to bar. So we're trying to go from this bar to this bar. Now, remember, it doesn't mean we're going to do the whole bar, because remember, it has to be all red. And it has to go underneath to be safe, and then it has to retest. So really, we're not going to get in till this bar right here, and we're going to get out on that bar. But we're going to stop our trading down to a certain point. Now, what you can do is once it took the first move down, I would have put a trend line from here to there, and then it pulled back up. As soon as it came down and probably hit that trend line, I'd be shutting it off and trying to collect my money and be done. Or waiting for the green bar. You can do either one. All those techniques are great. I'm just trying to give you tricks that I use to help me make more money in the markets. So now that is very important. Now let's go over a couple other things I think is important. Get rid of this pen here. Now remember, anytime you have a big move down, usually it follows by a big move up. Does not always. This one here gave an engulfing candle and right straight back up. This one here actually went a little bit sideways, so that's okay. But the idea is you're going to wait for your arrow. You're going to wait for everything to set up, and once everything was green, you could have got in right there and rode this one all the way up, scalping it. This thing would have taken multiple trades in here. You'd be done for the day with just these two trades, and it even gave you a third trade. It was so good, this market right in here. So it worked out really nice. Let's go over to New York Open. New York Open started early. You probably would have missed this one if you came in. So really, there was nothing in here, because remember, usually, this is what I'm saying, usually, any impulsive move follows by a sideways move. This one did not. That one did a little bit, but not much. This one did. So this one's going to come down, and then it went sideways for a long time. So once it goes sideways, you want to stay out of that trade. As soon as you see your sideways, you want to stay out of this mess. You do not want to trade this. You don't even want to trade this with a single trade. There's no reason, because this is like a structured area here. You want to stay out of there. So really, you had 1, 2, 3 trades down. You were done. Now, like we said in New York, I could get rid of that tool. Clean that up. In New York, we already missed the trade. Now, if you would have caught the trade, that would have been great. You had the green bar, everything was green. You would have scalped it up. It would have came back down, tried to scare you. But it wouldn't take any more trades anymore, because it's pulling back. You'd still have the one trade out there is getting negative, and it depends where your stop loss was. You might get stopped out on this one, and then it would have continued on and got your money back. But you can see, if you would have held on as soon as it turned red, that red candle, and you started going below the 50, I would have shut it off and closed it. If I was in any profit or loss, I would take that, whatever it was, and be done, because this market's not right. And then what happened is it went sideways. And then you gave another arrow, went down, away from the 50. I would have turned it on here, and I would have, as soon as it went underneath, I would have been at least got 2 or 3 trades. It gave you plenty of time to get out, because it had these big long wicks. That would have scared me right there. I'd have been done, shut it off right here, take whatever profit I got. And then we started getting green bars in here too, so it says something's not quite right. So remember, we wanted to trade only when everything's the same color. If it's not the same color, we do not trade. And that's something we'll look at too. Let's go back over, like in here at the end of the day, we are red and green, red and green. Very rare is it all the same color. So there is no trading in here. It's what happens. We had a really nice trade down, and then it went sideways. And you do not trade the sideways move. You're just going to, everybody loses money in this. You do not trade this. Even if you think you can go back and forth, it is not worth trading in here. So that's the reason why you leave this alone. We only trade when it has the bar, and this one here never even had the red bar. It might have been here, but everything was red from this point down. You could have traded it, but this one here came very fast. That's why the bar disappeared, or it didn't. Let me see, refresh it. There's a refresh button on here. Yes, there it is. Now it appeared. For some reason it didn't appear, but still we had the gap, which let it reset. Right here was the great spot, went underneath, even without the arrow, without the bar, as long as everything is red, I would be trading this down. So this was a great move coming down. It was an impulse, correction, impulse. You would have made tons of money. The idea is that when you see the green candle, you don't have to panic as long as all this is red. And when you start to get the green bar, you say, oh, it's over with. Now, you might have gotten out just because you had this wick pull back up. It still went sideways, but the idea is coming down. You want to get out of it sooner. Like in here, once we got the green, I know we're only going to go this far. It didn't even go that far before it shut down. So you're going to have to shut it down and possibly take a loss on the last trade. But that's how you would do it for your normal trading. Now, if you already made your money here and it pulled back, I would let it take a trade and I actually shut it off and let this just run and then take whatever profit I can get and be done. That would keep me out of any further losses by accidentally taking more trades at the bottom. It's kind of a little trick. You got one impulse, the next impulse could be shorter, could be the same. So as soon as it started trading, I would have taken a trade right in here. I would have shut it off, let it just run, and I'll monitor it and then, take it from there, take the profits and then be done. That's the idea. The idea is for you to get in safely, take quite a few trades in and out and make your money. So if you have any questions about this or you have any concerns, please get back to me. I can help you with it. This is how I trade all the time. It works out really good, and this is why I'm promoting it to you, but you need to understand how to use it. These should be the only trades. Like if you only be taking great trades, so that means everything here should be red up top, everything should be stronger to the red bottom, should be looking really good, strong looking movement. So these are the kind of trades you want. As soon as it got done, it did have a nice move up, and then boom, as soon as it took that red candle, you're going to close it off and close your trade. You want to close it first, because if you just close it, it'll take another trade. You'll lose money. So you want to close that off, and then if you don't, then close it and take your loss and then be done, because you would have made a couple of trades, or maybe you're still in profit. There's no for sure you were in loss, but it turned around on you violently, so you didn't want to stay in that. And then also you can see over here, you had that structure at this time. Everything goes sideways over in here, so you want to watch out for that, because you can see the structure right there. We came up and hit it and came back down, so you had an idea it was there. So that's the idea. The idea is that you should foresee some of this stuff by looking left. So, and that's how you can be a good trader anyway. If you're not doing that, it's something you need to learn how to do, because everything left is going to tell you everything forward. I'm trying to think of anything else I can help you with. That's about it. The idea is we're looking for impulsive breakout moves. So if you can find a consolidation, you can find money. And that's the same way for trading. You should be trading your single trades like this too. So this is no different than your single trade. All you're doing is turning on a button, and it's making you 3 times more money. All right, everybody, let's make money in the markets. I hope this helped you. And if anybody hasn't gotten the robot, you want to get it, it's still on sale. The price will be going up in about 2 weeks, because I'm having a button put on it so that you don't have to click that button. You click this button. So, but that will make the price go up. So definitely get it before then. This is a very good trading tool. It helps you make 3 times more money. So it would behoove you to get it now. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.